Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Fix This House. On today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how easy it is to install a dimmer switch. So stay tuned. Once again friends, I'm Jay from Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, please consider pressing that subscribe and notification bell so you can always be in tune of DIYs, how-to videos, product reviews, just like this. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to install a dimmer switch. So if you've tuned into my past video when I installed my pot lights or my recessed lighting, you can tell that those lights are dimmable, but I only had a on and off switch, which I wanted to install a dimming switch for them. So if you're interested on how I installed those pot lights from start to finish, I'll leave that link up here and you can easily just click on it once you're done watching this video. I bought this from Amazon. I'll leave in the link down below of all the tools, including this switch that I use throughout this video, so you don't have to worry about anything. Before I install this dimmer, I always want to tell you guys what product I use. This one is actually the Lutron CL dimmer. Now this is made for single pole or a three-way switch. In my case, I'm going to be doing a single pole, so I'm going to be doing a single way switch. If you look at the back, there's already red and white, and there's going to be a red, black, and ground. Now if you're doing a two-way switch, you will need this black and red, but in my case I'm not going to use it, so all I'm going to be using is the black, red, and the ground wire. This one's going to be capped off. At the face, what I did was I just took my flathead and I pretty much propped it out from the back. That's pretty much the easy way without damaging the face, and it just pops out right there. And place this aside and just install it right after we install the whole switch. Now this product came with all the wire nuts, and also it came with the screws that you need. So all of the tools that you pretty much need for this install is a flathead screwdriver to take out the face of your existing switch. And then what I love using all the time, anytime that I'm working with electrical, is my Milwaukee voltage detector. This pretty much detects if there is still voltage on the wire, which is very important, and trust me, this has saved my life so many times. So friends, I can't stress this enough. I am not a certified electrician. I'm doing this to help you guys for reference only and to just DIY purposes. But if you're unsure of working with electricity, please contact a certified electrician that can do this job for you. Again, this is just for reference only. You always want to be careful whenever you're handling or working with electricity. The very first thing that you need to do before touching anything is to turn off the power from your breaker. This voltage detector is my secondary. I always use this just in case, just to double check that there is no power on the lines and the lines are de-energized. So I figured I'd actually show you guys this diagram that came with the product, and as you can see, it's very clear. If you're working with a single switch, you're pretty much going to follow the first line, which is 3A, and then just follow the one down below. If you are working with a two-way switch, you're going to be going to 3B, which is right here. Feel free to pause these diagrams so that you can look at them and use them as reference. So like what I mentioned before, the very first thing that you need to do is turn off the power from your breaker. Now the only light left that I have is my portable LED light. Take your flathead screwdriver and unscrew the face. Now I'm double checking everything, if everything's de-energized with my voltage detector. Now I'm taking off the switch module. Here you should see two black wires that are connected to the switch module. One right there, one on the bottom, and a ground wire. Now I'm taking my wire strippers and I'm just going to be cutting off the wire connected to the switch module. You don't want to cut this way back depending on how much wire you have left, so just do this as close to you can to the switch module. And this one we can just dispose, or you can keep it for later use. Now I'm just stripping off each end of the black wire, leaving about 1 inch exposed. just like so. Now just let me show you what's inside the J-box. You can see that all the neutral wires are connected to one another, and that's what it should look like if you have a one-way switch. Now take your brand new dimmer switch, make sure that it is facing upward. As you can see, make sure that the logo is on the bottom. Another indicator that your switch is on the upward side is that the wires are located on the bottom. As you can see, here is the red and white wire. We're not going to use this because it's not going to be a three-way switch, so I'm just going to cap this off with the blue wire nut. Okay, now I'm just going to slowly tuck that, fold it, and we're just going to tuck this right behind. Now take the red wire and connect it to the first black wire. Use your wire nut to secure it. And we're going to do the same thing for the other wire. And just cap that off with another wire nut. And then we're going to do the same thing with the ground wires. We're going to cap that also with a wire nut. Okay, now you have everything connected. Let me show you what the wiring should look like. There you have it, the red to black, black to black, and then ground to ground. Now you're just gonna neatly tuck all these wires in the back of the J-box. Okay, so now push all the wire in. Make sure you tuck it in nice and neat. And make sure all the wire nuts are not exposing any wires. Now with the provided screws, just lightly screw those in, but don't tighten it all the way, so you can make adjustments. So that now I'm using my leveler. There we go, we're adjusting it so that it's nice and straight. Now lastly, the easiest part is just snapping on the face. Easy. Alright, so now we're gonna turn the dimmer on and we're gonna test it out, up and down. As you can see, it is dimming these LED lights. Now make sure that the lights you're using are dimmable versions. So this is a dimmable pot light, and there you have it. It looks very nice and it turned out really well. Easy DIY. Anybody can do this. Just make sure that you be careful whenever you're working with electricity. So friends, that's pretty much how you install a dimmable switch. Pretty fast, pretty straightforward. And once again, friends, if you're uncomfortable on working with electricity, please contact your certified electrician. These videos are for DIYs and educational purposes only. I hope you found it helpful. Again, all the tools and the product that I use, I'll leave it on the link down below. If you found this video helpful and if you found value to it, please hit that like button for me. Press that subscribe and notification bell so you can always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews just like this one. That being said, I'll see you on the next video.